Hello there guys, SSJ Hyperion here, and today we're getting back into the topic of what if Deku had a time skip quirk. Now, just before we start, I'd like to shout out Aden Hightower. Now please go check him out, he's getting better and better every day, and just support us all guys, because I mean, we're a community and I just feel like we need to be closer. And just drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment for me, and just be a good subscriber overall. And without further ado, here's my intro. Deku opens his eyes to a bright light, shining, illuminating. As he begins to look around, he gets dropped back into reality, notably in a different place than before. The sludge villain then tries to attack Deku again, only for Deku to get back into this realm, this new place. He begins to explore some more, as he sees many different colors. Flashes of pink, purple, blue, green. Deku's really confused, but he continues to look around, before being plopped back, and has to get adjusted for more action, as the sludge villain prepares to throw boards at Deku. The first board, Deku, for some random reason, decides to punch at the board, leading to an energy blast, followed by Deku's power feeling like it doubled. And my reason for this is because when Videl was trained by Gohan how to control her ki, many power scalers have her power level doubling. And so I'm going to use this for Deku's power level. So Deku's power level at a 4 now is an 8. And Deku basically incinerates the board. This attack was so powerful that Deku thinks that he might be able to use this to save Kacchan. But as he does, he regrets it, as the sludge villain begins to scream out in agony. With that, Deku stops in his tracks, as he feels shocked by his powers. He hurts someone. With this, the sludge villain takes off, dropping Bakugo, taking this time to flee. All Might, with his quick thinking, then rushes in, supplying a Detroit smash, completely scattering the villain. The heroes then gather him, and they try to get through to Deku, but he doesn't even respond, standing there still. He feels like he's betrayed all his morals, everything he wanted to become. He wants to become a hero, someone who protects people, not someone who's gonna harm someone. And Deku, with everyone staring at him, starts to feel like he's being pressured, like he's an outcast. Deku, it starts to eat at his brain, it starts to deteriorate him from the inside out. And Deku just stops, he won't move. After minutes of trying to get through to Deku, the heroes don't know what to do. Deku just ups and leaves. And as he returns home, he doesn't even say hi to his mother before going into his room. We flash forward 3 weeks in the future, seeing Deku in his room still. Deku actually emerges from his room, greeting his mother. She runs and gives him a hug, and he returns. He hugs her with a passion, and he leaves. And she decides to give him some space. But in the meantime, she actually looks into his room, seeing that it's actually been organized since the last time she saw it. Books are straightened, beds spread, and she's very surprised. This leads to her looking at his computer, which is actually still up in this time. She sees many tabs on him searching up how to control one's body, how to control one's kill intent. She's surprised that he was even searching this up, and she decides to look outside, seeing Deku actually meditating. Deku actually begins to raise in the air, as he starts to float. He begins to stand up, and he begins to do simple movements in the air. She's shocked. Is this another part of his quirk, or did he just get another quirk altogether? She's very proud and shocked at her son. Weeks would pass, and the one Deku who actually quit his judo classes, quit going to school, actually started to pick up back all of his normal activities. And he started training again, getting himself stronger and stronger, pushing his limits to the absolute he could. getting much stronger than the normal Deku in the normal timeline, even with One for All. Deku pushes himself, and basically he doesn't really have any more friends at school anymore, as they're unsure of how to actually approach him. They're unsure of how to talk to him. They don't know anything. They don't know how to deal with Deku in this time. And this would lead to Deku feeling like he's still an outcast. Especially because he does have an aura around him. A weird, ominous aura that no one knows if they should go close to him or what they should actually do. So they technically just avoid him for the time being. Which does lead to Deku getting still pretty messed up a bit. But time would pass, and the UA entrance exam would come. And Deku would actually pass through that test with flying colors. Deku actually takes most of the robots for himself and sets a new record in the robot the robot parts by himself, to be fairly honest. And it would lead up to Uraraka, who would be like trapped under a rock, and Deku and the others would just be running away. And Deku realizes that he can't just leave her there. This is not what he would do. He's gonna abandon what he wants again. He's gonna abandon his thoughts, his process, everything he's worked for again. He can't do that. Deku pushes forward. He turns around, and with one swift movement, he arrives back at the robot. And he creates a square motion with his hands. And he stops the robot completely. Everyone is shocked. But he notices that Uraraka can't get up. He can't save her if he just... Deku doesn't know what to do. Thoughts are running through his head. Deku doesn't know what his next move is. He's getting very confused, and Deku starts to panic. But then he remembers his training. He remembers to calm his mind again. He searches deep within himself. He opens his eyes, and he blasts at the rock. Everyone thinks Deku's about to kill her, but that's not what he did. He actually was blasting at the rock, completely incinerating it, giving her a chance to start moving forward. But she still wouldn't be able to move much. Deku then knows he has to rush up the robot, and that's exactly what he does. Moving faster than ever before. He gets to the top and fires a blast of concentrated energy, shocking, flying, destroying all the circuits within the robot. The robot begins to topple over, and as it does, Deku pushes himself off the robot and flies downwards. With this, the friction from the air begins to tear off skin off of Deku's arms and legs, and his whole body in fact. But Deku pushes through the pain, and Deku flies downwards, releasing himself to maximize his speed. Deku is about to crash into the floor, as he concentrates his energy in his foot, landing safely. Or so he thought. Then he pushes forward, grabbing Uraraka, and pushes her out of the way using his last bit of energy before the robot topples on him and completely crushes him. And that's where I'm going to leave it off for this part, guys. Okay, guys, SSJ HYPERION here, and I hope you guys actually really liked this part. I hope you guys liked what I did with Deku, making him more of an introvert. And I think that this is going to build his character much more in the story, as he's going to try and progress himself. He's going to try and push himself more in this story. So if you guys really actually like this part, just remember to leave a like, subscribe, comment to me, tell me how I can improve it, things that you'd like to see next, your what if suggestions, and just many other things. Just support us. Just be a good subscriber, as I normally say. Alright guys, I'm going to leave now, but I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and this is going to be SSJ HYPERION, signing out.